Every year, countless hikers and outdoor enthusiasts visit our state and national parks all over the country. But unfortunately, many of these visitors will go missing with little to no clues as to what may have happened to them, leaving us with more questions than answers. Join me as I count down 10 more of the strangest state and national park missing person cases out there. Number 10. In September of 2017, a then 83-year-old woman vanished inside the Olympic National Park in Washington State. Carol Ferguson set out to the park sometime on September 26th after canceling plans she had with a friend. This was the last known communication from Carol, thus initiating a search and rescue effort within the park. A few weeks later, on October 11th, Carol's Ford Ranger was found abandoned at the Puttvin Trailhead off Forest Service Road at 2500 in the eastern portion of the park, but there was no other sign of her. Family of Carol stated that she generally likes to keep to herself, and was familiar with the park, having hiked there for years previous. Well, as of December 2024, Carol would be 90 years old and remains missing. If you have any information that might shed some light on this case, well, you can reach out to the Bremerton Police Department at 360-473-5226. Number 9. In May of 2011, a 56-year-old man named Michael Camilletti disappeared inside the Cranberry Wilderness in a remote part of Virginia. The retired Army veteran entered the Cranberry Wilderness on May 23rd and planned to return on the 27th. Well, the 27th came and went, but Michael was nowhere to be seen. On June 12th, his brother reported him overdue and missing, thus initiating an extensive search and rescue effort by state troopers, covering over 47,000 acres of dense forest and rugged terrain. A short time later, Michael's vehicle was found parked along Williams River Road with a note inside confirming his plans to hike the north-south trail between May 23rd and May 27th. But despite these efforts, the avid outdoorsman remains missing to this day. Contact the Halifax County Sheriff's Office at 434-476-3339 if you have any information pertaining to this case. Number 8. In July of 2017, a then 66-year-old man went missing somewhere near or within the Mark Twain National Forest in Missouri. Robert Huddleson was last seen on July 27th, shortly before his father's 90th birthday. He had planned to celebrate the birthday at his West Plains home near the park, but never showed up. He was then reported missing by his father, and a search effort was kicked off. Authorities found his car still parked at the residence, but his walking stick was missing. This told both police and family members that Robert must have went for his daily walk on the trails within the Mark Twain National Forest, something that he'd been doing for years. They focused their efforts in and around miles of trails in the area, including search dogs, FLIR technology, drones, and several dozen personnel. But as of December 2024, no further clues have been found. Contact the Howell Sheriff's Department at 417-256-2544 if you have any tips or information that may help solve this case. Number 7. In August of 2017, a 56-year-old man named Blake Schlau disappeared during a camping trip near the Cottonwood Canyon National Forest, east of McGoffey in New Mexico. Now, there just isn't much information surrounding Blake's disappearance, but according to online sources, he quote-unquote walked away from his campsite on August 3rd and never returned. The search for Blake began shortly after, involving New Mexico State Police and Cottonwood Canyon search and rescue personnel. But despite these combined efforts, Blake was never found. Those who knew him mentioned that he was very familiar with the area, having been there on numerous trips previously. His disappearance baffles many. You can reach out to the New Mexico State Troopers tip line at 505-863-9351 if you have any leads on this case. Number 6. In February 2020, a 69-year-old man named Jerry Zasi vanished during his trip to Niagara Falls State Park in New York State. The taxicab driver often visited the park during his free time and on his lunch breaks, and on the morning of February 5th, well, that's just what he did. After he was reported overdue by his employer, park officials reviewed security surveillance cameras showing Jerry looking over a railing near the brink of Niagara Falls before crossing a pedestrian bridge onto Goat Island. This would be the last known sighting of Jerry, and a short time later, his taxicab was found empty at the main parking lot within the park, within the 300 block of Prospect Point. Few details are available in this case. Contact the New York State Police if you think you can help at 716-297-8730. Number 5. In June of 2019, a 22-year-old man named Michael Snoddy Jr. vanished inside the Great Swamp Management Area near North Kingston in Rhode Island. On the morning of June 14th, Michael left his residence to run errands but never returned. After he was reported missing by family members, the North Kingston Police Department coordinated a 2-week-long search of the area, eventually locating Michael's abandoned Honda Civic in the parking lot of the Great Swamp Management Area. Inside, police found an uneaten burger and various receipts, but there was no other clues pointing to his whereabouts. Multiple searches of the 3,500-acre park failed to locate any other sign of him. His family describes Michael as an avid hiker, nature lover, and enjoyed geocaching as a hobby. You can reach out to the North Kingston Police Department at 401-294-3311 if you have any contributing information. Number 4. In July of 2019, a then 59-year-old named Stephen Carey went missing inside the Dripping Springs Natural Area of New Mexico. On the morning of July 7th, Stephen arrived at the park's visitor center, where he spoke with a volunteer about trails in the area. The following day, he checked in at his hotel nearby, and this was the last known whereabouts of Stephen. On July 11th, he was reported overdue by family members, thus initiating a search effort by New Mexico State Police. On July 12th, his Subaru Legacy was found at the west trailhead to Baylor Canyon at the base of the Oregon Mountains, not far from the visitor center. Stephen's mountain bike was missing from the vehicle, leading searchers to believe he may have taken it with him. But despite weeks of searching, no bike tracks were discovered on or adjacent to the trail. To this day, Stephen remains missing. If you have any information pertaining to this case, contact the New Mexico State Police at 575-382-2500. Number 3. In March of 2023, a 66-year-old hiker entered the Ocala National Forest in Florida, but never re-emerged. Teresa Harley was last seen by her friend on March 10th, approximately 1 mile south of North Forest Road, near mile marker 66, within the Lake Delaney area of the park. Authorities state that Teresa and a friend entered the woods when their vehicle got stuck. The friend then set out to get help while Teresa stayed behind. But when the friend returned a few hours later, well, Teresa was gone. After the friend reported her missing, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and the U.S. Forest Service, with K-9 teams, coordinated several search efforts in and around Ocala National Forest. They covered several hundred acres of forest with ground, air, and water patrols. But despite these combined efforts, no trace of Teresa has been found. Contact the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office at 904-824-8304 if you have any information regarding Teresa's whereabouts. Number 2. Also in March of 2023, a 38-year-old avid hiker and outdoor enthusiast was reported missing, also inside the Ocala National Forest, near Silver Springs in Florida. David Allen Clark last spoke to his family via text on March 1st, but has not been heard from since. After a brief search effort by Marion County Police, David's car was found abandoned near Southeast 183rd Avenue Road inside the forest. Now, there are very limited details surrounding this case, but if you have any information that may be helpful in the search for David, contact the Marion County Sheriff's Office at 325-732-8181. Number 1. In September of 2018, a then 49-year-old man named Daniel Bisso disappeared somewhere near or inside the Tonto National Forest in Arizona. On the morning of September 3rd, Daniel left his home for work near 53rd Avenue and West Bell Road but never arrived. His employer contacted Daniel's family, but even they weren't sure where he went. Both Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and Glendale Police Department initiated a search effort, eventually locating Daniel's abandoned truck near milepost 14 on Seven Springs Road. Now, there's a lot of missing details surrounding his disappearance, but if you have any information pertaining to Daniel's whereabouts, reach out to the Glendale Police Department at 623-930-3000. And there you have it. Just 10 more reasons and reminders to prioritize safety out there on those trails. Be prepared, use good communication, protect yourself, and always expect the unexpected. Thanks for watching, folks, and subscribe for more videos.